Hey folks, welcome back to Chris Wide Africa. This is Chris with continuing coverage of South Africa's 2021 municipal elections. Well, here's the latest. Campaigning in Buffalo City in the Eastern Cape on Tuesday, the 26th of October, 2021, the self-styled Commander-in-Chief of the Economic Freedom Fighters, Julius Malema, affectionately known as Juju, said that load shedding is all part of an elaborate, well-orchestrated scheme by the ANC to steal votes from smaller parties when the lights go out on Monday. Of course, Monday, November 1st is the election day. Wow. Shots fired, shots fired. We have a piper down. The ANC has deliberately used its control of the state utility to sabotage voting and deny smaller parties votes. This is the claim by Julius Malema. Now, for their part, the ANC responded immediately saying he called the allegations by Julius Malema a blue lie of the highest order. A blue lie. That's a new one. I don't think I've heard that phrase before. A blue lie of the highest order. Interesting. Usually think of blue as virtuous, so apparently it has something to do with lying now. Well, let's roll the clock forward to just moments ago, ladies and gentlemen, less than 1 hour ago, the African National Congress, through its spokesman, Pule Mabe, fire back. This is the news report published on News 24 within the hour. ANC demands answers on Eskom's planned stage 4 load shedding suggest political motive. I'm sorry, doesn't Eskom work for the ANC and the bureaucracy of the state? It is a state-owned company, a parastatal. This is the problem when government owns the means of production, ladies and gentlemen. They can control it. So whether it's true or not, now there's a suspicion or concern out there that it's intentionally being done. The reality is Eskom has been led by a succession of corrupt, inept, idiotic, self-ingratiating fools who've run this company for the past number of decades since the ANC's taken over. Most of that time. Not all of it, most of that time. By the way, they're all appointed by the ANC-ruled government. And most of them were black majority South Africans. So if you want to know why the company is in this fix, think about the money that was stolen, diverted, taken away from the company, put in the pockets of people, given to corrupt tenders where people got kickbacks from over the past 2 decades. That's where the money's gone. That's why it's in a dilapidated state. Its stations are not operational. They're falling apart as we speak. Not to mention the foolish decision to go with this idiotic carbon reduction scheme, which took coal-fired power stations off the grid and reduced the available power to South Africa's grid. Well, now the ANC comes out just hours after denying Malema's allegations and makes counterclaims against its own publicly run utility, saying that there may be political motive behind it. This is the exact statement that came from Pule Mabe from the ANC. Given the inconsistency in information and assurances received from the utility, the state-owned and run by the ANC utility, the African National Congress is, by all intents and purposes, quite concerned that these acts may be deliberate actions of some within Eskom for political ends. Whoa! Are you saying that the AWB has managed to keep some racists in Eskom just to sabotage the 2021 municipal elections? Is that what's going on here, ANC? What's your allegation? What are you claiming? Who are these elements in Eskom? Are they the same elements who intentionally stopped power last week, or the month before, or last spring, or last winter? Now, here's the real reason why they're making this. Number one, Julius Malema's gone after them on something that's easily to target them. It is, after all, the ANC and in their manifesto launched by President Cyril Ramaphosa, who told us that just give us a chance. We know we haven't always picked the right people. We haven't always done the right thing, but just give us one more chance. One more chance, please. Give us one more chance. And we'll prove to you that after 27 years, we're finally beginning to listen to South Africans. Yeah, anyway, they promised in their manifesto to deliver electricity to South Africans. Of course, they're incapable of doing that. One, because they're not capable of running a public power utility. They're not capable of running a private power utility. They're not capable of running anything except the country into the ground. Maybe 20 years ago, the ANC had the capacity and the willingness and the desire to run the country legitimately, but those days are long gone. The days of Trevor Manuel and the dedicated public servants have disappeared. Now we're left with the venal, corrupt, stealing, lying, race-obsessed, race-bifurcating, dividing society and ingratiating and fulfilling the riches of cadres and their patronage puppies, the patronage puppy machine. Well, this is the real reason. It's an affront to the ANC manifesto. That's what they say. It's an affront to the promises made by the ANC. Ladies and gentlemen, the African National Congress is already making excuses for the coming shellacking that the party will get on Monday, at least the one they anticipate. If the ANC doesn't get shellacked, I think Lutuli House will probably pass out from relief. They expect to get shellacked in this election by smaller parties. They expect to get wiped out of control of several municipalities around the country. And so they're already making excuses. Blaming their own state run. So it's just a matter of hours before the first reports come out that say that Andre de Ruyter must be a racist. He must be a racist. That must be why it's happening. He's sabotaging the ANC's election. It was the ANC government that selected Andre de Ruyter to save this disastrous mess called Eskom, a company that once supplied 42% of all electricity generated in sub-Saharan Africa under the apartheid government. Now, to be fair, a lot of the electricity didn't reach most poor and especially black South Africans. That isn't the point. The point is it was once successful producing electricity. Now it's just a national embarrassment, with as much as 42% of its grid offline owing to maintenance failures and backlog maintenance. Folks, that's the ANC. Julius Malema, it is a well-orchestrated, elaborate scheme to steal votes, by the ANC, to steal votes from smaller parties. ANC, no, it's not. That's a blue lie. 12 hours later, ANC, well, we're concerned there's a conspiracy within Eskom to ensure that power isn't there, to embarrass us. It's an affront to our manifesto. We are concerned. Well, you know what it is, folks. You know what it is. I can tell you right now, it's all Jan van der Riebeck's fault. It is. It's Jan's fault. Poor Jan, that mixed-race gentleman that came from Batavia and became the governor of the Cape Colony there in what was the Dutch refitting station in what became Cape Town, the mother city. Jan van Riebeck started all of this. Yeah, it's poor Jan's fault. It's poor Jan's fault. Not the ANC. No, God forbid, 27 years, they couldn't bother to spend a few 100 billion rand maintaining the operations of Eskom and the grids and the power lines and the transformer stations and the power generation units, yada, 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 yada. No. They're too busy putting that money in their pockets or paying overly inflated prices to suppliers so they could put that money in their pockets and give them kickbacks. Yeah. Well, the ANC blames everyone but the ANC. And of course, the EFF, looking for votes, blames the ANC. So, shots fired, ladies and gentlemen. We have a piper down. Juju goes after the ANC and Eskom, and the ANC denies and then attacks Eskom. Only in South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't create this fiction. I could sit down every night and go, hey, let me make up some outlandish story about what's happening in South Africa that will just, people will never believe. And I couldn't come this close to reality. Hey, folks, Monday, November 1st, if you're in South Africa, you're one of the 26 million registered legitimate voters, please go vote. Go vote. You have a civic responsibility and a moral obligation to vote and need to toss these bums out of office. The ANC and their little armed wing, the EFF, have no business being on any town council, any municipality council, being mayor of any city, municipality, or metropolitan in South Africa. They've proven time and again that they care only about self-enrichment and self-aggrandizement, not the needs of South Africans, black, white, and brown. Go vote. Take care, folks.